disease.
Or even in fresh water, you'll see like what do they call, like a trout or something, or like and you're like, that's in the water.
Well, yeah, and you don't always know because you can't see. And then you're like, was that a mermaid?
The thought of being stuck in the ocean, underwater, open water, with no one around you is terrifying to me.
I agree.
Especially when it gets dark. Think about that. It gets dark and stuff starts bumping into you and you're like freaky. You're like, what is that?
You're in the ocean. How many things are bumping into you?
Jellyfish, maybe. Assuming this
You don't
guy.
want that.
Let's talk about the book.
Okay, let's hear it.
That's now an adaptation. It's going to be a movie. I think it's going to be incredible.
Okay, so there's spoiler alerts.
Yeah, super spoiler alerts. Super, but I just want to tell you about it, okay?
Okay.
So this guy has a dad and he like teaches him scuba and all this stuff, okay? Dad passes away. And to kind of get over his death, he goes on this scuba dive alone. And he's trying to like search for his father's remains and doing all that because it was like a sudden abrupt death. Okay, I won't get too into it, but underwater he feels like this pressure, okay? And before you know it, he's gulped up by a sperm whale.
Okay.
Now
It had to be a sperm whale. Okay.
instead of getting crushed, the guy is funneled into the whale's stomach. So think about going into a whale's stomach chambers, all right? Surrounded by digested sea life, fluids, it's completely dark.
Okay.
He's checking his scuba gear and he realizes like his oxygen's getting low and he's calculating like how much time he has left, okay? The heat inside of the whale suffocating, the air toxic. He's in the stomach fluid, like the acids are starting to like eat away at his body. He's starting to get like 3rd-degree burns from the whale acidity.
Ugh.
Now, he goes through like a series of things to kind of like figure out how to get out, but he lands on like an explosive within his scuba gear.
Okay, and that's not going to kill him?
Well, he does get little injuries.
Okay.
He somehow is able to blow up the whale and passes out, wakes up in the whale and emerges through its heart, kind of. Listen, and then he gets out and they save him.
What's happening with this? This is too much. Is this supposed to be a horror movie?
It's supposed to be someone thinking about their father, and he like there's flashbacks to like childhood memory as he's sitting there in the whale acid, okay? But I think it's going to be really good, and I think you're going to like it.
I don't think I'm going to watch it, actually.
Well, I maybe just spoil the whole movie for you.
In general, I think I'm going to skip it.
But if you were to get swallowed by a whale, Jenny, how would you get out? Would you tickle its throat a little bit?
I would hope that it would have the biggest bowel movement of its life because I would have to be a part of it, and then I'd shoot out like a water slide, you know?
Oh, yeah. It is kind of like you're at the Great Wolf Lodge a little bit almost. Just like
I don't know, Colt. I've never been asked such a crazy question before. How are you getting out of the whale?
Well, listen, you're an adventurous person. These are things you need to think about. I think you should watch the movie for research. That's how I feel.
Okay. I'll think about it.
101.3 KDWB.
Uh-oh. Jenny's been on Reddit.
It is brought to you by the Leo Agency. Head on over to chooseleo.com. Check them out. They're going to help you out, buy a house, sell a house, whatever you need. All right, so here is a thread called Am I Overreacting? And they posted a photo of a note that was left for them after they went to the shared laundry room in their apartment complex. And they moved someone's laundry because it had been sitting in there for 30 minutes, okay?
Okay.
So they moved it, put it on top of the washer or whatever it was, and did their own laundry. Well, this person whose laundry it was leaves them a note and says, do not touch other people's clothes, especially not after they're freshly washed. Regardless of how long they've been in there, loads of laundry consist of undergarments, and I'm sure you wouldn't want strangers messing with yours. No, thank you. And then they sign their name. So this person went ahead and sent the note to the management at the apartment complex and said, hey, I waited 30 minutes before taking their laundry out. Is there a possibility you could talk with them because they're like not being respectful of the shared space? So they're wondering if they're overreacting for going the next step to send the note to the management.
Okay.
Colt, you've been in apartments before?
Yeah, I've had a few. I've been in a few apartments where it was shared laundry, and it sucks. Let me tell you that. It also sucks when they still make you use quarters, and it's like, but I'm paying rent.
It's
What are you talking
literally
about?
like, what?
But I have had that before where you go down and you're like, open the dryer and it's like, oh my God, it's been here for like 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do feel weird and you're like, I don't want to like sift through someone's just, I don't know, a tire. And it is a weird feeling. So I never did it. I would just wait or just not have clean clothes for like a day. But I do think if you are a little more confrontational than me, you're 100% in the right to go to management and be like, hey, there's got to be a 30-minute rule. And if you don't come down within like 30 minutes or even like an hour after it's done, then here is a little like table or something and all of your clothes just goes like right there. And it's not for anyone to take, but it's just like until you can come back and get it, that's where your stuff is.
I fully agree. Now, as a homeowner now who does have her own laundry, I do let mine sit for days every once in a while. It's just how it happens.
Because you're going to wear them anyways. Why fold them? Come on.
Who cares? Whatever. But as someone who lived with 2 people in a house, and it was my friend's house, and then we had a guy roommate as well, that guy would do laundry literally every other day.
Yeah.
The one time I did not remove my laundry quick enough, he yelled at me and I was like, you use that washer and dryer almost every day.
Yeah.
And I always have to move yours. And he texts me, he's like, hey, can you please move your laundry when you're done? I need it. And I'm like, you use it every day almost. So anyways, I'm on this person's side. Move your laundry. Okay. I'm sorry. If you're in shared spaces, be respectful. Everyone needs to do laundry. You never know when you've had a blowout and you need to wash your undies. Okay.
Well, that's true.
So
and for some people, that's a lot more common than others.
Unfortunately, me.
It's 101.3 KDWB with Fallon and Colt. And Jenny, what is up? How are you?
You know, I'm good. However, I had some weird dreams last night, so I'm quite tired today. And I'm not going to get into the weird dreams because there's nothing more boring than listening to someone tell their dream. But I did tell Colt right away when I walked in this morning.
You know, Fallon is partying. She's in New York City. She's turning up. She's on Broadway.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if she's on Broadway or she attended a Broadway show.
Either way.
One of the two. But yeah, Fallon's gone today. She's out in NYC to get her Gracie Award, which is such a huge honor in our industry. It's basically like a Grammy, I would say.
Yeah, and we do have our acceptance speech, which I think is going to be really nice. We're going to I don't know how we're going to do it. We're just going to try to get the audio in real time.
I know a bunch of women who got other awards, so I think I'm going to have them record it and send it over so that we can play it back.
And shout out to women winning awards as well. Just shout out to all of them.
Thank you.
Here's the thing. I want you to know, or I want you to decide yourself, is this a weird move? Because I'm planning out like what I'm going to do this summer, and I always go back to visit my family in Michigan.
Okay.
And I fly. I have the women in my house fly there. Okay, so I have my 2 daughters and my wife. They fly.
Yep.
And then I drive the car, so we don't have to get a rental car. It's only like 10 and a half hours. I don't mind driving. Okay.
Right.
But here's the thing where people are starting to judge me because I drive with all of my animals.
Yeah.
So it'll be me, my 3 cats, my dog, my betta fish, and then maybe a bearded dragon if we get it.
You're going. All right, hold on. I didn't know you had a beta. Number one.
I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, I got a beta.
Right.
Rick, shout out to the man.
Oh, I thought you were saying Rick gave it to you, and I was like, "Who's Rick?"
No.
Okay, Rick, the beta fish, and then you got 3 cats, 1 dog, and now who wants the bearded dragon?
Well, it's just it's something. I make promises to my children that when I shouldn't. And I say stuff to them too that one thing about me is I'll make a promise and I'll also say something super unhinged if they're being a nuisance, okay?
Yeah. Well, you got to keep them in line.
It's a lot of empty promises and a lot of empty threats.
What did you learn from your childhood? That maybe empty promises aren't the best way to parent?
That's why I try to pay it off because I'm like, I don't want my kids to be sad because I made this So anyways, I'm getting a bearded dragon, Jenny.
Okay, so let's go back really quick to you driving all the way to Michigan. It's 10 hours. You're going to take your Jeep, which is probably is it a gas guzzler?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. It's expensive right now to drive anywhere.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to throw it in neutral and have it like coast down some hills from time to time just to save on gas.
Yeah.
I've done this before. Safe, like it gets really, because I have to pull over because it's a long drive and I do get tired. And there's been a couple of times, if you're in the middle of the UP of Michigan on US 2 and there's nothing except... Is that
the way you go up north?
Yeah, I go up north and around, but there's literally, it's so desolate in some areas and so scary when you pull off the side of the road and like try to stop at like a little rest stop area and it's just you and a trucker.
I've wild camped around the UP in my camper van. I've never gone to a rest stop though, so that would be a little bit different.
As a woman, that's gotta be so scary. Because I'm me, and I have animals to defend me. I have 3 cats that are on the attack, and a dog who are there present.
I have things to defend me. I just don't talk about what it is.
Good.
I just don't talk about what it is because I don't want anyone to know. They can't be prepared.
I had a trucker come and pee on my tire one time, right outside.
That's insane.
Which is he was marking his territory.
Targeted. Well, obviously you're in his spot. He had every right to do that.
That is true. Yeah, the smell that rolls off you though when you wake up next to a litter box, 3 cats and a dog is not.
Oh, Coles, I didn't even think about the fact that you have a litter box sitting in your car for 10 plus hours, if not even more. And it's summer, which means it's hot.
And you can't roll down the window because the cat will just jump out.
Put a little leash on them that attaches to the seat.
Yeah, I got
You got to be able to roll the windows down. That's crazy. That many hours with that many animals.
Yeah. It's a lot, but I refuse to pay for a sit because it's expensive.
You know, you and I are on the same side of things when it comes to being cheap / frugal. I think I'm more frugal. I think you might be more cheap. However, I do think it might be your best bet because then let's think about all of the things you got to pay for. You got to pay for a cat sitter.
Mm-hmm.
You probably have to take your dog either to a boarding place or to somewhere like Rover. I honestly, I don't offer my services for free. However, I would love to watch Percy. You will have to pay me though.
I knew it was coming.
So
and I'm gonna
there's
have to tip you too. I know you're gonna guilt trip me.
I'm not too concerned about tips.
I always tip the pet sitter though, because I'm like,
That's
you
so
took care
nice.
of my animals, so thank you.
That is so nice. I would say it's like 50-50 whether I get a tip or not. I'm never really concerned about that though, because I love hanging out with animals. But in the end, it probably is much cheaper for you to bring the car, pay the gas, bring all the animals, and sit through 10 hours of a litter box stinking Jeep.
It's what you got to do in this economy.
To fly and rent a car.
Speaking about animals, okay, there's this book I read forever ago, and I was so excited because Josh Brolin, he's like an actor. They're using him, and they gave him this movie called Whale Fall.
Okay.
And it's about a person who gets stuck in a whale and their journey to get out of it. Okay. And I have a lot of spoilers coming your way next.
Okay.
101.3
KDWB.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
On 101.3 KDWB.
Yeah, and squirrels might be the secret to you never getting a cold ever again.
What?
We'll get to that in just a sec.
Okay.
But first, I really like, and tell me what you think about this. As an avid hiker, as a hiker who is out and about walking.
You're talking about yourself or me?
Well, I would apply you.
I know how you hike a lot, Colt.
I'm on the sidewalk every day.
Yeah, you are?
Walking up and down. Here's the thing. A New Jersey high school takes freshman bonding to like a whole different level. What they do is they'll have them do a mandatory 55-mile hike on the Appalachian Trail. And it's at the end of the school year when they're like done. So like right now, they're out there hiking
on the Appalachian
and building like confidence and resilience. And there's obviously like some adults there, but it's like they're helping as like less as they can. And they're learning like survival skills, teamwork, and how to handle like a physical challenge. And the goal is to get them out of their comfort zone, build independence and all that. I think it's awesome.
So as an avid hiker, yes, I do think it's awesome. It's amazing. It's fantastic. However, I go back to Jenny in high school and I think about how much I would have bitched and moaned and complained and said, this is the stupidest thing. I can't believe they're making us do this. That's how I would have been in high school. So like, you wouldn't have caught me on that trail. I would have like immediately been like, you need to airlift me out. I need to go get Taco Bell. I am not starting a campfire to make my food. That's crazy.
I mean, you probably could get a drone up there at some point with Taco Bell nowadays. There's definitely some kid crashing out. Where's the Wi-Fi?
It's just like, trust me, I do love it now at this point in my life. It's just kind of crazy that they make it mandatory. That is not an easy hike. Like even for me,
miles? That's
I was
crazy.
like, even for me, like I don't know, I've done 13-mile hikes in a day, but that's like one day. And then I don't hike again for 4 months.
It's like going from Stillwater to Victoria. Like that, just like trekking that. Here's the thing, and this is actually really sad. Number 2 on the 3 things you should know. People are now shopping without spending. It used to be called like window shopping, but now there's just like fake shopping where you'll go to a store and you'll get the thrill of buying stuff and you'll like pick it up, maybe like put it in a bag, like try it on in the fitting room, take a couple of photos, and then you just put it back. And it's called a dopamine sale where you mimic the real life shopping, but you don't swipe the card.
See, I've been doing that my whole life because we could just never afford anything. So I would do all that all the time. I feel like I still do that too. I go to like a TJ Maxx and Home Goods and I always look at like the home decor and I'm like, oh, this would be cute. This would be so cute. Oh, this would add so much flavor to a room.
Totally.
And then I put it back.
I don't know if anybody else feels like this, but I feel like just the thought of doing something or the thought of getting something is almost like triggers a dopamine just as much as actually getting the thing.
That's what they say about vacations. It's like planning a vacation, thinking about the vacation, preparing for the vacation is almost the higher dopamine level than actually physically being on the vacation.
You're right. I've been on that because I do that all the time with Costco travel. I'll be like, I'll go to Wyatt, dude, check out $8,000, close it out. Not doing any of that. All right. Secrets of ancient squirrel poop. Okay, here's the thing. Scientists are digging through frozen tundra of Canada's remote Yukon territory, and they found a bunch of ancient fossilized squirrel poop. There's like 30, they're between 30,000 and 700,000 years old. That's crazy. And what they're doing with this is they're like figuring out like what's in the DNA, what can they modify with it? Because they're like, we have so much poop. Like, what do we do with this? And they're saying that they have tested it and like taking out some diseases and illnesses. And they're formulating like a capsule that you're going to be able to pop that might take out and cure viruses like the common cold within the next 5 years.
From squirrel poop.
From 700,000-year-old squirrel poop.
Okay, where did you say they found this again?
Yukon territory and Canada.
I'm just, okay, maybe that's why it works, because it was like frozen. But I'm like, how did that poop not like, I don't know, join with the soil of the earth? That's what I'm confused about.
I don't know that because they're saying like they were like they can test what the squirrels were eating back then too, and they think it has to do with meat from the woolly mammoth and like the proteins that were in it that'll help like cure your disease. I don't know, but listen.
All I'm thinking about is the one little guy from Ice Age where he's like, they do this every time.
Oh, are you talking
what
about?
I'm talking about?
Which
he's
one?
not a squirrel, but he's a little rodent-y type thing of. I don't remember what it is.
No, I know you're talking about. Dude,
leave me behind.
I love Ice Age. Shout out. My aunt used to sneak me into the theater for free.
How?
And I would just she'd open the back door. Just before cameras, she would just open the back door. I didn't know it as a kid, but I thought it was weird that I would sit on a step because the theater was sold out, and I would be on the step, and I'm like, why would they sell a ticket knowing it's sold out? And then I'm like, because.
She was not paying for your ticket, but she was trying to bond with you. So, you know, you take it or you leave it, Colt.
I thought she was a cool aunt, but bad, maybe not the right ethics there.